Good evening, everyone. My name is Sam Miller, and I am doing my presentation on eating disorders for problems facing the athlete. Eating disorders are more prevalent than many believe. According to the National Association of Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders, 13% athletes in judge sports such as gymnastics, figure skating, and diving have eating disorders. Between 3% and 5% of participants in refereed sports such as soccer and basketball have an eating disorder. For women gymnasts, estimates are that more than half have eating issues, and between 25% and 30% have an actual eating disorder. How can coaches help athletes in those high-risk sports? While sports often require athletes to wear uniforms that are form-fitting or reveal a lot of an athlete's body, coaches can help alleviate some of the pressure their athletes may face by being understanding and by taking positive steps to address things before they become big issues or even an eating disorder. Athletes can be more susceptible than others. According to researchers at the website bulimia.com, female athletes in sports like gymnastics and figure skating are twice as likely to suffer from an eating disorder. For men in those sports, the numbers are also higher than normal. It is important to understand the female athlete triad when coaching girls, as eating disorder, combined with issues with menstrual cycles and loss of calcium and bone density, can cause lifelong problems for female athletes. Follow up with the athlete. As a result, it is important for coaches to be able to communicate honestly and openly with their athletes. By seeing them firsthand, coaches and other adults can help young athletes develop the skills and strengths to avoid or cope with eating issues before they become dangerous eating disorders. Coaches can also elicit expert advice, such as counselors and trainers. Coaches need to listen and observe their athletes. Listening to your athletes and understanding that eating disorders can be a problem is often the first step. Another step to get help from professionals who can help talk to athletes, give advice, help facilitate therapy sessions, and may introduce some forms of psychotherapy, such as cognitive behavioral, dialectical behavioral therapy, family-based therapy, and more. An eating disorder therapist may also treat co-occurring disorders in their practice. Because of similarities in age, education, and background, group counselors and members of eating disorders groups may easily identify and connect with each other. Many sports can be involved, not just the highest risk sports. As an example, athletes in a variety of sports, not just those considered high-risk sports, are also impacted by eating disorders. For women and girls, cross-country and track and field, because of their body image and tight-fitting uniforms, can also present problems. Among men, wrestling is often overlooked but is often a problematic sport for eating disorders, as athletes may starve themselves or binge eat and then purge, which is making themselves vomit, to avoid gaining weight or lose weight to participate in a lower weight division. Educate your team. Before any problems emerge, coaches should try to educate their team on the importance of proper nutrition and healthy eating. It is important to eat very healthy food like fruits, vegetables, drink lots of water, and stay hydrated, and get plenty of sleep. This is also a good opportunity for coaches to discuss eating disorders and the impacts of eating disorders. there is help available. Although athletes, and in particular female athletes, can suffer from eating disorders, there are resources and help available. Most high schools and colleges have counselors who are specially trained to help. There are eating disorder support groups. Many are run by social workers who are affiliated with local hospitals who can also help. I am Sam Miller, and this includes my presentation on eating disorders for problems facing the athlete.